Hello dear students. So today we shall see few more numericals about array optics. So I have a look on these numericals one by one. The first one, 4.5 centimeter needle is placed 12 centimeter away from a convex mirror. So they are framing this question. So with respect to a convex mirror, a focal length 15 centimeter, give the location of the image, give the location of the image, give the location of the image, and the magnification. Describe what happens as needle is moved further from the mirror. So this is your question. So let us plot a ray diagram in case of a convex mirror. Convex spherical mirror. So here inner surface is opaque, outer surface is reflecting. 4.5 centimeter needle, that means height of the needle. So here height of the needle is 4.5 centimeter. So let us take height of the needle as 4.5 centimeter. Placed 12 centimeter away from a convex mirror. So that means from the pole of the convex mirror. So this distance is equal to 12 centimeter. So they are asking to calculate the location of the image. So we know that, so there is a need of two incident light rays and hence two reflected light rays in order to plot the position of the image. So let us consider the light rays from the object. So here this light ray is parallel to the principal axis. We know that rules for drawing the images in case of spherical mirrors. So here light ray is parallel to the principal axis. After reflection, the reflected light ray appears as if it is emerging from a point on the principal axis. That point is known as principal focus, but this is not a real principal focus, it is virtual principal focus. It appears as if this light ray is emerging from this point. So this is our virtual principal focus in case of convex mirror. Another incident light ray obliquely to the principal axis. That means making some angle with the principal axis. If incident light ray is obliquely to the principal axis, then after reflection, a reflected light ray is also obliquely to the principal axis. So these two reflected light rays never meet with each other. So I am going to extrapolate this light ray in backward direction. So after proceeding this light ray in backward direction, so they are going to intersect at this point. So this point represents position of the image. So here this image lies behind the convex mirror. The distance between pole and principal focus, this distance is known as focal length. So from given data, focal length of this convex mirror is 15 centimeter. So this is the brief explanation about the given numerical. So let us note down the given data. Height of the object. Height of the object, fifth one. Height of the object is equal to 4.5 centimeter. Height of the object is equal to 4.5 centimeter. placed 12 centimeter away from a convex mirror, that is object distance. Object distance is equal to 12 centimeter. So this is equal to 12 centimeter, and the focal length of the convex mirror F is equal to 15 centimeter. Focal length is equal to 15 centimeter. 15 centimeter is the focal length of this convex spherical mirror. According to Cartesian sign convention, all distances measured from the pole along the principal axis, the distances measured in the direction opposite to incident light are taken as negative. Therefore, object distance, this measurement is opposite to the direction of incident light beam, because direction of incident light beam, direction of these two light rays, left to right. So direction of measurement right to left. Therefore, this distance should be in terms of negative sign, that is 12 centimeter. 12 centimeter object distance. Therefore, U is in terms of negative sign. Upward distances measured perpendicular to the principal axis are taken as positive, and hence this value is in terms of positive sign. Focal length. This spherical mirror has a virtual principal focus. The measurement of focal length, distance between pole and principal focus, the direction of measurement is left to right. Direction of incident light is also left to right. Both are in the same direction. Therefore, we have to take this value in terms of positive sign. Therefore, F is equal to plus 15 centimeter, not a minus 15 centimeter. So H naught, there is no sign, means that is understood, it has a positive sign. Now given data is in terms of object distance, focal length and height of the object. Then we can calculate position of the image. In case of convex spherical mirror, if object placed anywhere between infinity and pole, its image always lies between pole and principal focus. So we can guess our answer. That means this image distance, this image distance should be less than focal length of this spherical mirror. If image is at principal focus, that is understood object is at infinity. Therefore, we know that here mirror equation, with the help of a mirror equation we can solve this numerical. We know that mirror equation, that is 1 by F is equal to 1 by V plus 1 by U. Separate the image distance. 1 by V is equal to 1 by F minus 1 divided by U. 1 by V is equal to focal length 1 divided by 15 centimeter minus 1 divided by U, object distance, minus 12 centimeter, minus into minus plus 12 centimeter. Now solve this mathematical step. 1 by V is equal to LCM 60, 15, LCM 60, 4 into 5, 4 plus 5. So this is equal to 9 divided by 60. Therefore, image distance is equal to 60 divided by 9. This is equal to V is equal to 60 by 9. So you will get 6.66. For two significant figures, we can write this is equal to 6.67 centimeter. So this is our image distance. Image distance is equal to 6.67 centimeter. So here focal length of the mirror is 15 centimeter. 6.67 centimeter is less than 15 centimeter. So that concludes image lies between pole and principal focus of the given spherical mirror, that is convex spherical mirror. So this is the position of the image. And in case of convex spherical mirror, so here we will get a diminished image, not magnified image. This image is virtual, erect and diminished. Direction of measurement, that is image distance, left to right. Direction of incident light beam, left to right, both are in same direction. Therefore, we should get the value in terms of positive sign. So directly we will get this value in terms of positive sign. V is equal to plus 6.67 centimeter. Then what is the height? So through this ray diagram, we can say we will get a diminished image. Mathematically, we can also prove this one. We know that magnification is equal to that is a linear magnification. Expression for linear magnification, m is equal to height of the image, it is the ratio of height of the image to the height of the object. This is equal to minus image distance divided by object distance. Therefore, linear magnification is equal to, this is equal to, we know that height of the object, height of the image divided by height of the object 4.5 centimeter. So this is equal to minus image distance 6.67 centimeter. Object distance is equal to minus 12 centimeter. Negative sign get cancelled. Then height of the image is equal to 6.67 into 4.5 divided by 12. Then height of the image is equal to 4.5, or we can write 45 divided by 120. Then for calculation purpose, we can follow that step. 45 divided by 120. Three ones are 3 5. Solve this one. Approximately we will get 2.5 centimeter plus 2.5 centimeter. So this is the height of the image. 2.5 centimeter is less than 4.5 centimeter. That means diminished image. So your conclusion is, when object lies at 12 centimeter in front of the convex spherical mirror, virtual, erect, diminished image formed at 6.67 centimeter behind the convex mirror. So that is your conclusion. So here virtual, virtual erect and diminished image. Formed at 6.67 centimeter behind the mirror. If suppose this object is when we are going to move this object towards the reflecting surface of the convex mirror, describe what happens as the needle is moved further from the mirror. If you are going to move this object towards this reflecting surface, this image moves towards this opaque surface or moves away from this principal focus. If this object moves further from the mirror, then this image moves towards principal focus and its height goes on decreasing. And at principal focus, height of this image is negligibly small, that is point in size. Therefore, when an image is moved further, object is moved further, when object is moved further means away from this reflecting surface, then image moves towards F and its height goes on decreasing. Up to capital F, principal focus. So first think the numerical in our own way and try to plot the ray diagrams in case of ray optics. Then you will get the brief idea about the numerical, then it helps to solve the numerical. Now, next one, a tank is filled with water to a height of 12.5 centimeter. The apparent depth of a needle lying at the bottom of the tank is measured by a microscope to be 9.4 centimeter. What is the refractive index of water? If water is replaced by a liquid of refractive index 1.63 up to the same height, by what distance would the microscope has to be moved to focus on the needle again? So here in this case, so let us consider a beaker filled with water. Now object is at the bottom, image is at this point, object in a denser medium, observer in a rarer medium. observer in a rarer medium means we are observing this through a microscope. So it appears at 9.4 centimeter. So this distance, so apparent depth is equal to this distance is equal to 9.4. Distance between interface between a rarer and denser and object, this distance is equal to 12.5 centimeter. So in case of normal shift, when observer in a rarer medium, object in denser medium. Observer in a rarer medium, object in denser medium. Apparent shift, the apparent shift in position of the object that takes place towards the observer. Now in this case, this 12.5 centimeter is nothing but a real depth. 9.4 centimeter is apparent depth. Here real depth, it is as like as a object distance. 9.4 apparent depth, that is apparent shift, not permanent, temporary. Shift in position of the object is nothing but image distance. Therefore, in case of normal shift, we know that a refractive index is equal to real depth divided by apparent depth. If suppose this liquid is replaced by another liquid, same beaker, same quantity of liquid, same quantity means again this real depth is equal to 12.5 centimeter. So in order to calculate the distance through which microscope has to be moved to focus on the needle, because when we are going to replace this water by another liquid, there is a change in apparent depth. So here they have mentioned the refractive index of this medium, that is 1.63. A refractive index of this medium is 1.63. If there is a change in the refractive index, then there should be a change in apparent depth. The distance at which microscope has to be moved in order to view the clear image, that depends upon change in distance of apparent depth when in case of a liquid and in case of water and in case of a given liquid of refractive index 1.63. Therefore, at first we have to calculate apparent depth in both the cases. Already we know that apparent depth in case of first case when a beaker contains water. Then apparent depth in second case. Then easily we can calculate by how much distance we can move the microscope in order to get a clear image. Therefore, in first case, a real depth or object distance is equal to 12.5 centimeter. Apparent depth, image distance is equal to 9.4 centimeter. then refractive index of the liquid. So in first case, refractive index of the liquid, n is equal to, we know that n is equal to a real depth divided by apparent depth, or you can write object distance divided by image distance. And n is equal to, from given data, real depth is equal to 12.5 centimeter, apparent depth is equal to 9.4 centimeter. Solve this one, so you will get approximately 1.33. So 1.33 is nothing but refractive index, that is absolute refractive index of water filled with water. Already we know that absolute refractive index of water 1.33, absolute refractive index of glass 1.5, absolute refractive index of diamond 2.4. So here n is equal to 1.33, that represents absolute refractive index of water. N is equal to 1.33. There is no unit and dimensional formula for this refractive index. If this liquid is replaced by another liquid of refractive index 1.63, so here u is equal to, object distance is equal to 12.5 centimeter, refractive index is equal to 1.63, then apparent depth, image distance is equal to, refractive index is equal to object distance divided by image distance, then refractive index is equal to 12.5 centimeter divided by 12.5 centimeter, object distance, cross multiplication, we have to calculate the image distance, V divided by n. So better you write one more step. Then image distance is equal to u 12.5, n is equal to 1.63. Then image distance is equal to, I think you will get 7.67 centimeter. So this is your image distance. So now water is replaced by another liquid of refractive index 1.63. 7.67 means this is the original position of the image. Now you just imagine yourself, image is at this point. This distance is equal to 7.67 centimeter. Now if the microscope is at the same position, it is not possible to get a clear image. So we have to change the position of this microscope. By what distance? We don't know. So that depends on change in position of the image. Here image is at 9.4 centimeter from the interface between rarer and denser. Here image is at 7.67 centimeter from the interface between rarer and denser. Now what is the change in position of the image? The change in position of the image, and that value we can analyze by what distance we can move this microscope in order to get the clear image. Therefore, distance through which distance through which microscope has to be moved is equal to 9.4 minus 7.67 is equal to 10 minus 7, 3, 13 minus 6, 7, 8 minus 7, 1, 1.73 centimeter. Therefore, here we have to move this mirror in upwards. So, this distance is equal to 1.73 centimeter. So, by changing the position of this microscope upwards, we can observe this image clearly. So, this is what they are asking in your numerical, by what distance we can move the mirror in order to focus the needle again, means in order to get a clear image of that object. So, here the change in position of the image, this change in position, this distance is equal to 1.73, same distance. Now, have a look on next numerical. Figure A and B show a refraction of an incident ray in air at 60 degree, 60, with the normal to glass air, water air, glass air, water air interference respectively. Predict the angle of refraction of an incident ray in water at 45 degree. Predict the angle of refraction of an incident ray in water at 45 degree with the normal to a water glass interface, So, usually this type of numericals will ask in your competitive examinations. So, you just observe these three diagrams. Here, light ray will travel from air to glass, rarer to denser. Just view the direction of a light ray. And here, light will travel from air to water. It bends towards the normal. In this case, light tends to travel from water to glass. So, here angle of refraction is given through these ray diagrams. In first case, angle of refraction is 35 degree. In second case, angle of refraction is equal to 41 degree. In third case, they are asking angle of refraction in case of glass medium when light tends to travel from water to glass. So let us solve one by one. So from figure A, first diagram, C. Now I am going to apply Snell's law at the point of incidence. Applying Snell's law, at the point of incidence. So here change in path of light occurs in glass medium. Therefore, I am going to consider change in path in glass, small g, with respect to air, A. Or we can write this is equal to Ng. This Ng is nothing but absolute refractive index. So this is equal to sin I divided by sin R. In the first ray diagram, I is equal to 60 degree and R is equal to 35 degree. So this is the direction of refracted light ray. Sin 35 degree. Put the value of sin 60 degree and 35 degree, then you will get absolute refractive index of glass. With respect to air means we will get absolute refractive index of glass, and approximately after substituting the values you will get 1.51 something. So there is no unit and dimensional formula for this refractive index. Similarly, in a second diagram, here change in path of light occurs in water. Therefore, refractive index of water with respect to air, absolute refractive index of water. Or we can write this is equal to NW, this is equal to sin I divided by sin R. This is equal to, in a second diagram, angle of incidence 60 degree, sin 60 degree, sin R is equal to 41 degree, sin 41 degree. So here we will get a absolute refractive index. Already we know that value of absolute refractive index of water. So approximately we will get a 1.33 or 1 something, 1.3 something. Then in a third diagram, so this is in first case, so this one is in second case. In third case, applying Snell's law at this point, at the point of incidence. Then change in path of light occurs in glass with respect to water, not with respect to air. That means this gives absolute refractive index of glass. Sorry, relative refractive index of glass, not absolute refractive index of glass. That means refractive index of the medium with respect to another medium other than air or vacuum. That refractive index is known as a relative refractive index. With respect to air or vacuum, that refractive index is known as absolute refractive index. Therefore, applying Snell's law at the point of incidence, change in path of light occurs in glass with respect to water, NGW. This is equal to, we know that relation between relative refractive index and absolute refractive index. Therefore, we can write this one as absolute refractive index of glass divided by absolute refractive index of water. This is equal to sin I divided by sin R. This is equal to sin I, angle of incidence in water 45, sin 45 degree divided by sin R. We don't know angle of refraction. So here we know that absolute refractive index of glass and absolute refractive index of water. Absolute refractive index of glass is equal to 1.51. Absolute refractive index of water is equal to 1.33. 33. So this is equal to sine 45 degree divided by sine r. Put the value of sine 45 degree and cross multiply, you will get r is equal to here water to glass, it bends towards the normal, means this angle is less than 45 degree. Like this we can guess the answer. So before our calculation, so approximately this value is less than 45 degree. So here you will get 38.2 degree. So try to solve yourself few more numericals in your home, so then you will get perfectness in the numerical. Okay, so in next class we shall discuss a few more numericals.